pátápátá bó ṣe rí lẹ ti gbọ́n o ẹ ṣeun.
Alhaji Sadiq Abubakar.
Barkanmu da warhaka ku kasance tare da mu a cikin shirin kowane rana.
Ichie Ekene Ezepwe.
Ụmụnne m esonyela na ya oge ọbụla. Ebe ọ na-akpọtụ ebe ejedebe ya na ebe anọ. Ịghọtago? Ana m ekwuzikwa ka mmadụ.
And Olobowada.
Bomigala mewala ekoi odama onsunyogba mewaka dama tedoka nekiti tonyubo keteki nwowo menetiru yijuki de ya nyonwa chakadu odama igala.
Join us on Melting Pot every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we meet elders from our different ethnic groups in Nigeria and bring you closer to your roots. Live on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Melting Pot. Don't miss it.
Nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hands to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shiki.
Our mission for development journalism, Citizen FM 93.7 presents Citizen Speaks. Citizen Speaks is a program that serves as a platform where the government meets the governed. It is a general purpose hourly interactive program which focuses on the key sectors of the Nigerian state, including the economy, governance, security, religion, socials, transportation, health, military-civil relationships, intercultural relationships, and humanitarian services. Join us every Tuesday at 2 p.m. for Citizen Speaks and interacts with policymakers, technocrats, public servants, corporate individuals, members of the Federal Executive Council, heads of public institutions, and other issues affecting their well-being and nation building. Don't miss Citizen Speaks, only on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. It promises to be a listener's delight.
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore.
Good afternoon, Nigerians. Good afternoon, good citizens of Abuja City. It's another afternoon, a Tuesday afternoon, and we welcome to Citizen Speaks. My name remains Abdul Fattah Abdul Salam. In this era of naira scarcity, in this era of economic challenges, we on this afternoon shall be looking at alternatives that are available to Nigerians to explore. At this moment, I have seated in the studio here in Abuja City, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Jahiz Takaful Insurance PLC. We shall be together and he'll be talking to you on alternative financing, particularly Islamic finance, and vis-a-vis as it affects their own products, the Jais Takafu product. Mala Usman, you are welcome to our studios in Abuja.
Thank you very much.
Most often, people out there only note what's called insurance policies. But in the last 5, 6, 10 years or 20 years, there are other alternative financing towards ensuring people get value for their money. Jahiz Takaful, what is it all about, sir?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Nigerians. Jahiz Takaful was incorporated over 7 years ago as Takaful Insurance Operator, Composite Takaful Insurance Operator. As you know, there are companies that offer one line of business, while there are others that covers both sides of business. In other words, there are composite companies and there are specialist companies. So Jahiz Takaful Insurance was actually incorporated and was registered by the National Insurance Commission as a composite operator. In other words, it means we provide both life. In the conventional space, it's called life, but in Takaful, it's family, as well as general business. General businesses comprises of the following: motor, fire, burglary, and the rest. So our companies offers both to Nigerians as an alternative to conventional insurance. And the major crux, the major point that I want people to understand is that conventional insurance runs, on what you call risk transfer. But Takaful goes in the way of mutual assistance. So based on religious belief, there are lots of Nigerians that believe that conventional insurance doesn't fall in line with their beliefs. So in order to have this segment of the society included, what we call financial inclusion, they need to have some product offered by certain companies that conforms to their belief, which equally gives the citizens alternative to ensure that no segment of Nigeria is left out in the risk management of their businesses as they contribute to the economic growth and development of the nation. So Takaful came to ensure financial inclusion for those that were hitherto not included in the financial cycle of the country. So we provide risk protection mechanism in an ethical way. The word Takaful, I know a lot of Nigerians are not aware, but it means, it's an Arabic word in origin, but it means mutual guarantee, meaning people coming together. Just like conventional insurance is a pool of funds by several insurers, insureds who pools their resources together by paying commensurate premium to take care of their risk in case any one of them crystallize. The same thing happens to Takaful. What Takaful does is that contributors come together to say that in case any eventuality falls on any of us, please pay from what we've contributed so that you can make better the person who had suffered that loss. So it's in a way to ensure that there's mutual understanding among members who support each other with the intention to donate whatever they had contributed to any of the participants who happens to have a loss. Just as you know, in conventional insurance, there's indemnity, which I think most people that have one thing or the other to do with insurance knows about, meaning returning the person in the same financial position in which he was prior to the loss. So in Takaful, it is said that the contributors come together, and by the time they make the contribution for particular risk they are presenting to the pool, the company, the operator, takes what you call management fees from it, and then
the remaining, funds is put into a common pool. That pool is called the participant risk fund. And from the participant risk funds is where claims are settled. So if you are participating in the Takafu product with us, either general or family or group family, any of the classes you choose, you will get speedily your claim settled. And at the end of the year, whatever that is left in that risk fund is actually assessed and valued by actuaries. And there's what you call surplus that is distributable to customers that have no hard claim. So our type of insurance is such that you must have a benefit. The first benefit is to have your claims promptly settled. Second one is that in case you run the policy with us on the class of the business you took with us, for instance, motor, and the year comes to an end after 12 calendar months, and you do not record any claim, if we were able to realize surplus from the motor fund, then you will be entitled to surplus distribution proportionate to the contribution you made at the beginning, net of all expenses. So it means that when you have our type of insurance, which is Takafu, which is particularly what Jais Takafu is promoting and selling to Nigerians, you must have a benefit. And the benefit is that you have benefit of claim if you have one, which will pay promptly. And if you do not have any claim and the year comes to an end and we're able to realize surplus from the portfolio that we run with you, you will be entitled to surplus. So it is unlike the conventional insurance where you just pay your premium, and if nothing happens at the end of the year, you will be called to renew and nothing comes back to you again because the money goes to the shareholders. In Takafu, it is not like that. It's a major distinction, and it's a value proposition we sell to Nigerians that please, as much as you consider insurance, consider equally Takafu, because the Takafu value proposition gives you a lot of advantage. And the advantages I've mentioned to us, which I want every Nigerian to have a test on.
You, in your opening statement, you brought religious beliefs into the conversation. Are you saying your insurance policy is for only the Muslims community or for all Nigerians?
No, yes. The insurance we offer, the Takafu insurance we offer, is for all Nigerians that are desirous of having best benefit from the policy that they have. Our policies are transparent, they are fair, and we handle them professionally. So it is the policy is meant for everyone, but it's actually anchored on Islamic principle, and that is that in every business that you're doing, the business must not be very uncertain. There must not be gambling in it, and there should equally not be interest in it. So what we did for Takafu is to remove these three elements from conventional insurance and then make the policy ethical. That way, all the disadvantages that people experience in the other claims are now taken care of here. So the product we offer is for all Nigerians. And I can tell you that in Jais Takafu, for instance, if you check our portfolio that we are having, there are a lot of non-Muslims participating. And a lot of Muslims falls, again, are in line because it falls in the right kind of belief that they have. So it's to include everyone. It encompasses every segment of Nigeria and Nigerians that are actually desirous of having value for their money in terms of the insurance they have. Fairly, transparently, and professionally handled. This is what we do, and it's for everyone.
So most Nigerians still doubtful of insurance policies. What efforts in your office are you making to ensure more Nigerians key into the insurance matters in Nigeria?
Okay, yeah. We all are aware that in the past, the history of insurance has not been too well palatable, I must say. But in the last decades or two, the National Insurance Commission had done a lot to ensure that insurance companies live up to expectation. And now, no insurance company is left out if they deny any customer of theirs in terms of claims or the rest. So confidence is being reignited. For us in Takafu, it is obligatory, it is part of our duty which is compulsory on us to pay all claims. So there's no point, and there will be no time when we will have anyone to doubt our integrity or our commitment to deliver services to them. And for us, because it is anchored on belief, and we know that whatever you're doing, you must have the fear of the Almighty. So that drives our activities and work and business that we're doing. So we're very transparent, believing that there's the mighty, there's the Almighty that's looking after us and is seeing us, and so therefore we don't cut corners. And for Nigerians, I want to assure you the Takafu records in Nigeria has really been, an outstanding record that even the regulator has acknowledged. We don't play francs. We pay claims promptly, and we pay surplus. And every Nigerian that has been in the cycle of business would testify that Takafu companies have been paying surplus to Nigerians who have not had claim in the past. So for us as company, we are transparent. Whatever we tell people that we're going to do, we ensure we do it. That is integrity, and we walk our talk. So everyone that has anything to do with us would testify that we are in terms of claim settlement number one, and in terms of transparency and professionalism, we're equally unmatched. So Takafu is doing best, and I can tell you that Jais Takafu in particular, we've tried doing a lot to create awareness, sensitization, make sure people understand our products and everything, and we make sure that we live by the principle of insurance that says utmost good faith. There must be full disclosure on whatever you are doing before you even commence it. So whoever that is entering into any Takafu contract with us will know exactly what is entering into from the beginning, so that it will not be that when he has claim, then you come to show him one clause or the other, and then people begin to doubt what we're doing. Our policies are very transparent, and we make sure that from sales, we at the time of selling our product to you, we are not misrepresented. We tell you exactly what we do, and perchance you have the incident happened, I can assure you that we shall live to expectation, and you'll be excited as the speed at which we even discharge our obligations to you. So we're doing a lot to sensitize Nigerians, and at this point I still want to commend the National Insurance Commission in collaboration with the Takafu Committee of Nigeria, because we have what we call Takafu Committee that comprises members or all managing directors of Takafu companies in Nigeria. We have been working with the National Insurance Commission to create awareness, sensitization, and make people aware that there is value addition in financial inclusion of Takafu. And we've gone to some states, and we're still continuing to target more states to cover. And in our own way, as Jais Takafu, we're participating actively in that. We try to go to media stations to sensitize people, just as we are doing now. It's part of that role, to ensure we create awareness, people get to know what we're doing and how we're doing it and how we do it best for them. So it's all in an effort to reach out to Nigerians to make sure that they see the value in what we are doing. And those that have not been doing it will now do it, and then will have the advantage of having their properties covered in case of any risk, because we live in a very, very volatile environment, and the volatility and the susceptibility to loss of assets is very, very easy and frequent. So we need to protect our hard-earned assets, and you equally need to save for future. In case you want to have a family Takafu policy, or as individual person having a policy for education or have children, you need to give policies to arrange policies with us so that we can take care of the educational needs of your children in future. And for those of us that are in business who have made hard-earned money and acquired assets, you need to protect them by providing fire Takafu for them, a motor comprehensive for them, contractors all risk, and many other classes of Takafu insurance that we offer. So we give value to Nigerians, and they have value for their money. Thank you.
Good citizen of Abuja City, you're listening to Citizen Speaks on Citizen FM 93.7 in Abuja. We have in the studios the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Jais Takafu Insurance PLC, Alhaji Omalam Usman Shehu. Sir, perhaps I'm speaking on behalf of General Assistance of Nigeria, which is the vehicle insurance policies. Perhaps we have only two classification first comprehensive and third class. And third class is more of concern to an average drivers on the street of Abuja. Can you throw more light on this sector and what's the amount? Has it changed to what we used to buy?
Yeah, that's a very, very important question, especially now that the regulator has come with some guideline on, motor insurance in Nigeria, which took effect from 1st January 2023. Now, in Takaful insurance and in insurance generally, there are about 3 classes of motor insurance. The first class, there are much more, but the basic ones that are very, very important and relevant to us are about 3. The first one is the third-party insurance, which is backed by law. What the law says is that if you have a motor vehicle which you're going to drive on a public highway, you must maintain a minimum of third-party insurance. What third-party insurance does is to protect third parties, meaning any person other than you and the insurance company that has given you the policy, against third-party property damage and injury. So if you have, by law, everyone who drives a car or a vehicle on the road in Nigeria must have in place and have it active a third-party, minimum of third-party insurance. And based on the new circular of National Insurance Commission, which took effect from 1st January 2023, the third-party insurance is categorized. But for private motor vehicle, the contribution or premium is 15,000 naira for third party. And in the past, it used to be 5,000 with a liability limit of 1 million naira. In other words, if you have that third party in the past by purchase from a reputable insurance company, you can claim as much as 1 million naira. If you hit another person with a car, a more road user with your car, and the cost of repairing that person's car is up to 1 million naira at that time, the insurance company must pay that money. Or you hit the third party's property. By the roadside, you can hit a pole, someone's house, someone's property. The limit of liability used to be 1 million naira. You must pay. Now, the third party is 15,000 naira, which you have to have, which is compulsory by law. But if you hit anybody with your car, the limit of liability under that class is 3 million naira. So it means when you have third party insurance which you hold and there is an accident that involves third party, the insurance company must pay the third party up to the limit of 3 million naira damage that he has incurred. But the damage is determined by the extent in which it happened. It's not that it is guaranteed that it must be just 3 million naira. It's the extent of damage. But the maximum exposure liability is 3 million naira, including property. The next class of insurance, and that's before going to the next class, this policy is compulsory, and that's why police, when you are on the road and you are blocked by any agency of government who is responsible for checking documents of any vehicle, they will check out to see whether you have third-party insurance, because it is expected that every responsible citizen of the country must be law-abiding, and if you are not, they will compel you to take one. Very, very important. The next class of insurance that we have is comprehensive insurance. The comprehensive insurance means the cover you have under comprehensive covers your own vehicle, yourself, and the third party. So if anything happens to a vehicle, like accident, theft, fire, or anything that happened involving third party as well, the comprehensive policy you have will pay for your own vehicle and pay for third party as well. And by the new circular of the National Insurance Commission, which took effect from 1st January 2023, just as I've said, the minimum rate of comprehensive motor insurance in Nigeria is 5% of value. Before, the standard used to be 10%, but somehow due to competition, insurance companies were just given their own rates depending on how they're going to get the business and all of that. And so the competition became so stiff and was becoming really unhealthy that the regulator had to intervene. So by this January, They came with the circular, and the circular has taken effect, which all insurance are complying, including Takafu companies, that if you want to take comprehensive insurance, you must pay 5% of the value of that car. An example is this. If you have $1 million worth of car, for instance, that's the value of the car that you have, and you want it comprehensively insured for 1 year, you pay 5% of that 1 million naira. I think 5% of 1 million naira should be about 50,000 naira, thereabout. Anyway, do the calculation, you get it right. So that is the contribution or premium rate that is already in force in Nigeria, and no insurance company is expected to go below that. That is for private motor. Then there are commercial vehicles, depending on categorization and they all go, but the minimum must not be 5%, must not be below 5%. There is a third-party fire and theft. Third-party fire and theft is not a comprehensive insurance, but it's a mid between comprehensive and third-party. So it gives you cover for third-party, which I've mentioned earlier, and the benefits that are inherent in it. And it equally gives you protection on your own vehicle against fire or theft, but it does not cover accident. So that is another category of insurance, but it's not very common. So I've discussed on the most commonest form of motor insurance are the third-party compulsory insurance, which you all know, and the other one is comprehensive, which gives you the maximum benefit that you have when you when you want to protect your motor vehicle. So that's the two classes. These are the motor classification that we have.
We still have in the studios Madam Usman Shehu, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Jais Kafur. We are taking a break for a brother. Thank you.
We are as a people with one heart.
Abuja. Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this is your station. Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. 93.7 Citizen FM.
Amma mai akwai da babu duka dangantakan ku daidai. Allah ike faɗan haka ba ni nake faɗa ba. Da ni nake faɗan haka da sai ku ƙaryata ni. Kai mai akwai ka gane. Idan kai gida 30 cikin guda za ka je ka kwana, a ɗaki guda ka kankwan, a kayan gado guda ɗai, a gefen gadon ka kankwan, haka nan wanda bai da komai gida guda za ije ya kwana, a ɗakin guda ya kankwan, a kayan karaunu falle, to yan gari yawa ita nan da ka danganta kanku daidai. Danganta kanku daidai. Kai mai akwai ka gane in kana takamar akwai ne, ba ka sanya hula 10 a kan ka kai ɗai, ai da an gano ka sai a cewa na ya taɓo, sai dai ka sa guda ɗai, haka nan wanda bai da komai, shi ma isa guda ɗai, middin ka dubi kanka, sannan ka dubi kansa, ta nan kun kama da juna, to ma nan idan ka duba ta nan da ka danganta kanku daidai. Kai mai akwai ka gane.
93.7 Citizen FM.
Let's talk about it on our favorite radio station.
We're more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7. This is the fun-packed radio show you heard about. Did you miss any one of our programming today? Join me, Didi, from the Citizen Pot when we run through our programs from sunrise. Stay abreast, get informed on news roundup. It even gets better. Do you think you know Nigeria? Answer 3 questions correctly and be one of our daily winners on quizzes. It is the full package. Let's take you back, way back on African Vibes.
Africa.
Let's celebrate the African people, the rich cultures across borders, the languages, the good food, and wealth of excellence on African vibes. Join me every Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
As a people with one song.
Welcome back to the studios of 93.7 Citizen FM station in Abuja City. It is still Citizen Speaks, and we have in the studios Malam Usman Shehu, Managing Director, Jai Sakafu PLC Insurance Company. Malam, you are welcome back to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Another dimension to third-party insurance policy is for the Marwa people, Keke Marwa, Napep people, or the tricycles owners, and perhaps the motorcyclists. Are they affected or are they captured in your own policy?
Yeah. We know because they too are, the tricycle owners are citizens, integral part of Nigeria, and that's again another segment, the economic segment of Nigeria that is moving, because they employ a lot of Nigerians at that level. And because people that invested in buying those tricycles are actually business people, and they invested to make growth in terms of income and their economic well-being. So, but what is there is that everybody knows that there are inherent risk in that business. And the risks are as diverse as you look at them, depending on the environment. Now, they use the public roads, we all know. So by that, it means they need to maintain minimum of third-party cover. Secondly, their assets acquired by other people and entrusted in the riders to run them. So, and they usually get involved in accident, or they can be stolen. You know, all of those are losses that the owners or runners of the business will incur. So we've designed policies for them. We've even approached them at different levels. You know, there is the Tricycle Association of Nigeria. They call them TOAN. There is the Association of Motor. I think I know the name as Amokoron or something in Abuja. And in Lagos, they call them Keke Marwa. And depending on where you are, their names varies. But they are all exposed to the same risk. First, just as I mentioned, the risk of hitting third party. Second is the risk of accident, which will involve the passengers they are carrying and themselves. And the other one is the risk of theft. And there is similar risk of fire, that can happen to the keke and all of that. So we actually have done proposals to them in in many of the states to come together. We prefer insuring them in groups through their association. The reason is that it's easier to manage in terms of administration and policy handling, and even in terms of handling their claims and the nature of the people. Because when you go through the association will call them together and you sit together and then you explain to them what the products are and how they become or they will be beneficial to them and what they need to do to buy in and all of that. So we've done a lot of proposals to them. Some of them, we've had instances where we've covered their keke and in many locations, and we've been paying their claims whenever they arise or they occur. So they are equally part of what we offer. We provide risk mitigation to them. We provide risk protection, and we manage their risk on their behalf as well by just paying small contributions. So they are equally part of our portfolio that we are running. But what I want to do to appeal to Nigerians, especially the officials that are running this kind of business, is to please come together. There's a lot of risk in running that business. They need to sensitize their members to appreciate the value of having takaful insurance provided for them, such that if there is theft, they can get, a compensation. If there is fire or an accident, there will be a company that will come to their aid. When they come organized, it's better because first they will get cheaper rate because they come in group. Just as you know, it's a business of large number. When you have large number, the likely tendency is that you give them lower or cheaper rate, or you give them certain discounts as called fleet discount or group discount and all of that. So they get it cheaper. And when it comes to administering the policy, it's much easier through their association rather than scattered members all over and all that. It's a beneficial policy that I know that if tricycle owners, the real owners, are aware, they will be rushing to many Takafu insurance companies to have their KK covered. So I'm appealing to especially the associations all over the country to please come together. And when they come together, they can invite us, or we take proposal to them. They will agree on a date to make presentation to them so that they will see the benefit that is available that they can easily drive, by having policies, from Takafu company. And if they run the policy throughout the year, just as I mentioned, they can still get benefit of returning part of what they paid to the Takafu company, because we give them surplus back instead of just taking away the money, and the money is gone for the whole year if nothing happens. So there is this advantage, and it's a good savings for them as well. Because at the end of the day, if nothing happens, you still get back something. You see it as part of your income that has been returned back to you. And meanwhile, you have enjoyed the benefit of peace of mind and stability and security while the policy was running. So they are part of what we do, and we still appeal and wish that, all these association members will come, and then we run very profitable business with them, because I know the larger the number when they come, the better for all of us to have mutual benefits.
Good citizens of Abuja, you are listening to Citizen Speaks on Citizen FM 93.7. The lines are opened. You may want to contribute. You may want to ask the MD some questions, relevant questions in regards to insurance policies in Nigeria. So you can call on 081 822 22206, 081 8222 2206, 090 3222 9797. The lines are open for you to listen and hear. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Raymond.
Raymond, how are you doing?
Fine.
Okay.
Calling from Wuse in Abuja.
Wuse in Abuja.
I want to ask you a question about the third-party insurance.
Go ahead.
Okay. If I'm on a comprehensive insurance, for instance, and my car got stolen, are they covered for it? Is it covered?
Okay, thank you. They will answer your call. MD, sir.
Yeah. He says he has third-party insurance. Abi? Or is it comprehensive?
Comprehensive.
If he has comprehensive policy gives you a lot of benefits. I mentioned them earlier. First, it gives you cover for accident, for your own vehicle and third-party vehicle. It gives you cover for theft. If your vehicle is stolen, you will have it replaced by the insurance company. If there is fire incident that caught your vehicle and the vehicle got burnt, there is comprehensive cover for that. And if there is third-party involvement, it is possible, you cause accident to third party, and your vehicle did not suffer damage. The comprehensive policy will pay for it. So comprehensive is almost like all-encompassing. It covers a lot of wide areas. Of course, there is no policy of insurance that does not have some certain exclusions, but basically, the widest cover you can ever have under a motor insurance policy is comprehensive motor insurance, and it covers theft. an accident, and then third-party property
We have
damage.
another caller on the line. Who are you speaking to?
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Mr. David from Yanyan.
David Yanya, you're welcome.
Thank you. I'm calling in respect of your program. You are talking of insurance program. Is it like insurance or is another investment? Because you are talking of comprehensive insurance, but this one you talk of VFA or something like that needs more explanation.
Okay, thank you, David. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm talking about insurance, but at the same time, in insurance there is what you call takaful insurance. When I say takaful, I mean ethical insurance. I have said that under what you call family insurance, there is what you call, there are policies that we offer which gives security and investment to the customer. Now, you can have a policy for 2 years from us. For instance, Jais Takaful, you have a MoTSave policy, or a policy for 2 years, for instance, a guaranteed sum of 3 million naira, and then we will ask you to start contributing. When you start contributing and something happens along the line, you did not survive to pay for 2 years, maybe the person dies. Whoever he names under the policy as his beneficiary, that 2 million naira will be as guaranteed sum, plus the return of investment that we've had for the amount that he had saved while alive.
We have another call on the line.
So, can I finish answering?
Okay, please go ahead.
So, that policy gives you protection. That is insurance side. But if you survive 2 years, and your policy sum covered is 2 million naira, we will pay you 2 million naira plus return on investment, which we had done. As you are giving us the money, we are business people. We don't just keep it idle in the accounts. We will invest on your behalf, and then whatever comes to us, there's a formula of sharing the investment. We take a certain percentage, you take a certain percentage. So at maturity, after 2 years, we will give you a capital sum, which is the sum covered, which is the sum assured, plus the return on investment that had accrued to you over the last 2 years. So there is investment in what we're doing, but essentially the primary purpose of every insurance policy or takaful policy is security and protection.
You are listening to Citizen Speaks on Citizen FM 93.7 in Abuja City. You can see join us 081 822 22206 090 32229797. Malam Usman, you've been mentioning sharing of surpluses.
Yes.
An average citizen want to know what is meant by that.
What is meant by surplus? Okay, I'll come literal so that I think people will understand. Sharing profits. Let me use this word, but it's not the appropriate word to use. We call it surplus, just like in every business when you have extra, you call that I have surplus. The same way in every of the policy that we run, when we net off expenses, claims, and the rest, whatever that is remaining as residual amount in the fund is called surplus. So surplus means the extra that you have after you have deducted all necessary expenses. So that surplus is what we distribute back to the customers. Those customers that have not had claim in the course of the year. So it is not shareholders' money. Just as you found in conventional insurance. In conventional insurance, when you have motor policy and you pay 15,000 naira, for instance, and you did not have claim, at the end of the year, whatever happens, your 15,000 naira goes to the shareholder. But in Takafu insurance policy, we don't do that. What we do is when you pay 15,000 naira, we take management fees from it, which may be like 3,000 naira. Then we put the remaining 12,000 in what we call the PRF, Participant Risk Fund. If there is any claim or any loss that happened to any of our customers, it is from that money we will take to pay the claim. But meanwhile, this money is actually invested on behalf of the customer. And at the end of the year, whatever that is left after we must have paid all claims and expenses relating to the risk fund is called the surplus. So it is the net residual the remaining balance in the risk fund that is left after all expenses have been taken care of in the course of the year, that is what is called the surplus. And the surplus is the right and entitlement of every customer that has no hard claim in the course of that year. It's not the customer, the operator's money. It's not the Takaful company's money. It is the customers, the participants' money. So we share it back to them in the manner in which they contributed. An example I want to give you is whoever that pays, for instance, contribute 1 million naira will not enjoy the same amount as someone that has contributed 100,000 naira. Even if both of them have no hard claim. What we'll just do is we'll apply a simple formula that will cascade and calculate the amount that each of them will be entitled to at the end of the year. And so the person with 1 million naira may probably end up with I give you an example, 100,000 naira, but the one with 15,000 naira may probably end up with 2,000 naira. So it's fair, it is equitable, it goes in accordance with your contribution at the beginning of the policy when it commenced. So it doesn't hurt anyone.
You might still join us on 081 82222206. We have a call on the line. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Raymond again. I called back.
Raymond, okay.
Yes, I want to get a clarification. A friend of mine insured his car in an insurance company. I won't mention the name of the insurance company. And it happens to be that his car was stolen. That's a theft. And he went on. He reported the case to the insurance company, and they were like, no, they won't pay for this. They won't replace the car. It wasn't stolen and all that. I don't understand. But they just told him that they won't replace it because does not have.
Raymond, we will respond to your call immediately. We are running out of time. Thank you.
Okay, so it's necessary for all insurance companies that give their customer enter into contract with them. If he has a claim, they must pay. But when you have theft claim, every claim has certain documentation that you need to back your claim with. They are otherwise called claim substantiating documents. For the particular purpose of example that you mentioned, an example of theft, under motor insurance policy comprehensive, when you have a theft incident, what you need to do is to first formally notify the company. When you notify the company, they will acknowledge your notification and ask you of some few documents. One document that is very critical under a theft claim is police report. And the police report are in two categories: first police report and final police report. First police report is issued by the police to say that there is a theft incident of this so subject matter that has been reported to us, and that we're doing everything possible to investigate and recover the stolen item.
We are running out of time, Madam. How do we get to you? How does CCC get to Jai Sakaful? Are you online? Do you have for a mobile application, or what your office is? Thank you.
Yes. So thank you very much for saying this. Now we Jai Sakaful is all over because we are on our app. We have a Jai mobile app that is on our website, and we have QR code that you can always scan and then get to us. And our head office is located at plot 1054 OP Fingesi Street off Awolowo, Obafemi Awolowo Way, Utako, here in Abuja. And we have branches in Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt, SBU in Port Harcourt, of course, Kaduna, and the rest. And we have agents all over the place, so you can easily reach us. And we have our contact lines and our website at www.jaisakaful.com. So you can always get us, and then we enter into discussion with you, and then you listen our product and services, and you drive a lot of benefits that we hardly forget about.
Thank you, Malam Usman, for coming to the studio to speak to Nigerians in Abuja City and otherwise. He's supported today by Malam Mustafa Shehu, the head of marketing, Jaisa Careful Insurance PNC. We thank you all for coming to the studio.
Thank you very
We
much.
do this again next week by God's willings. May Allah be with us. God bless you. Good night and God bless Nigerians. Thank you.